Morning, good morning. All right, we'll take our shirts, our outer shirt off, and we'll start with a few breaths up. Good morning. Go up and let this be a transition from your morning to taking care of your body. And inhale and exhale and up and exhale and one more this way. Good. And then we're going to pull our toes a little bit more forward and then bend over with one knee and then take a circle. Bend one knee and take a circle. Inhale. You can imagine you have a big streamer on your hand and you're lifting up that arm to make a big circle. 4, a big sunshine. 3, just a way to get some flexibility, range of motion, synovial fluid. And 1. And now take your legs out a little bit wider, and we're going to let the body do a second position squat. So the heels are heavier than the toes. We're going to just touch some of these leg muscles. And 4, your arms are still just getting warmed up. 5 and 6, beautiful. And 7, try to give equal attention to both legs. 8, 9, and then 10. Beautiful. Come back up. Now let the right foot come forward and the left foot back. Take the arms up and we're going to drop down and up. So you're doing this lunge. You're making sure you're safe with your body on how low you go. You can think about the knee being in line with the second toe still and not drifting left or right. And down. 6, you got it. And 7, it's almost like you're pulling a rope. 8, now you notice there's some balance. 9, now on the 10th, get ready to come together, switch the other foot. Now you're gonna be pulling the arms in a little bit of a pec fly. So together, open, together, and open, and then check the breath. You can breathe so that you're not holding your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That knee's over the heel, not drifting left or right. 8, 9, and 10. Really good. And then bring it together. Now both heels come up. We're going to go up. The fingertips might touch at the top. Up and down. You can imagine that you're circling the moons with your arms. You're touching at the top. Both heels go up so that you're waking up the calves. And 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. And now separate the feet. They're like a hip width apart here. You're going to go into a chair squat. So it's almost like someone's holding a chair for you. You're following the chair with your booty, and they're trying to take it away from you at the same time. So that's how far back you want your tush to go. Hello. 5, hi. And 6, 7, you got it. 8, 9, and then 10. All right, we're going to take the single leg work. So take your right leg and you're going to try to bend the right knee. This is the option to do single squat. Bend the right knee. If this doesn't serve you, go back to what we were just doing. But a lot of times there is a discrepancy and the double leg work will hide those imbalances. But we want to, so you see my knee's trying to figure out how to be stable. And even if it's just an inch. So I've got 1 foot off the ground. But, and Catherine, I did a lot of double leg work to warm up before we started. So if you need to just do double leg work, that's fine. But you're trying to make sure each leg has its attention. 8. You see I'm not slamming my knee into hyperextension. 9, but you see how it is having more trouble, which is good. That means it's figuring it out. And then the other side, so the foot comes down, your other foot comes off the floor. You can see I have it off. Now you bend this knee. Your booty is strong. If you're not sure, put your hand there. It should be going back the best you can. When you lengthen your knee, you're making sure you don't slam it into hyperextension. Your jaw is soft. 5. Good. So you're figuring it out, and it's also balanced. 6. Good. Your backup plan is to do 2 legs. 7. You can feel how that's getting stronger. 8. Good. 9. Good. I see. Good. The worst is it happen, you just touch your toe. And 10. Wonderful job. Now we're going to do a single calf raise. So I'm going to use this roller as a way to make sure I'm balanced, but you can also use a wall. I might show both. Lift a foot out of the way, go up and down 10 times. I've got to fit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now take the other foot and do this. 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And then we're going to take a little, I'm going to turn you sideways so you can see something. You're going to take a little push up on the wall, not the floor, just the wall. But I want you to bend the elbows, and then when you can, if you can, push away. So there's this little pause where you're off the wall. You bend and you push away. Your hands come off. You got it. Push away. Bend and push away. You got it. Inhale and push away. You got it. Inhale and push away. So I'm going to look at you for a moment. Good. Press. Your abs are stabilizing you that little bit that you're in the air. If it's too hard, get closer to the wall. If it's too easy, get a little further away from the wall. And try 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come back. Nice job. And you're going to take the one tiny little balance. You're going to take your left foot on the floor. This right toe is going to act like it's on a tightrope in front. Tap the toes, lift up, and tap the toes on that tightrope behind. Do it so lightly, your skin of your toe or toes touches, so that if you were actually on a tightrope, you wouldn't disturb this leg. 3, breathing. 4, tap. 5, 6, 7, this leg's working, isn't it? 8 and 8. Now we're going to put the foot down. You can imagine you're on a tightrope. So what this does is engage the inner thighs and the pelvic floor. Now we're on a tightrope, which is already a little balancy. Lift up this left leg, and it's tapping very lightly, just the skin of your toe. Have that control as you decelerate. Get tall. 4. There is some strengthening going on in this leg, and there's a lot of balancing going on in this leg, and then the core is trying to figure this out, right? So like I just fell over as I talked. So 6, breathing. Good. Perfect. Shake it out. Looking good. We're going to grab our weights. So grab a weight that you can do a bicep curl with, which is probably going to be somewhere between 3 and 10 pounds. And we're going to pull our elbows into a flexion, and then lower, and exhale, flexion. And I'm going to go to the side so you can see my shoulders are open. They're not poking forward. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what you can always do with these is you can do more reps if you need to, or fewer, or pause and join when you can. Check the knees, they're soft. Check the neck, it's free. And you may be done, that's okay. 18, 19, and 20. And then we're going to use our legs to lower the weight. And then you can take your arms like a little drying sleeves in the wind. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to take a lighter weight, one that you can do this with, lateral raise. So I'd say anywhere between 2 and 6 pounds. Because it's a long lever, you're going to go out. It's going to be a lighter weight. Exhale out. We'll check in with our knees. 3, you got it. 4, now we're going to be mixing this up. 5, same weight, go forward 5. 5 and 4, check the neck, make sure it's soft. 3, you're not going to be lifting higher than your shoulder. 2, 1 to go out to the side. 5, 5, you got it. 4, that's it. 3, I like the wrists are neutral, that looks good. 2, 1, go forward 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now leave the weights about like this, about by your hips. Now lift up both heels. I'm going to move back so you can see my feet better, but go back into that calf raise, but now you have a little extra weight. Double calf raise. Now try to decelerate slowly and with control. 4, 5, 6, 7, there you go. 8, 9, and 10. Let those weights down. Grab a sip if you need it. And we'll take a little hand release. 5, 4, and then go 5 the other way. 4, 3. And you can actually press through your palms and stretch out those palms. Sometimes you can feel it in the forearms. 5, 4. Anytime you've been doing some gripping sports or activities, that's a nice little way to be nice to your hands and just kind of shaking out any tension. We're going to take a heavier weight. It's going to be an upright row. So probably anywhere between 3 and 12 pounds. Probably closer to 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. So it's elbows out. 3. You got it. Knees soft. 4. Check your wrist. They shouldn't be hurting. So if you have to move the weight or the hands a little bit, that's okay. 7. Ear in line with the shoulder from the side. You're tall. Biceps are working. Think about the biceps, it'll make them respond better. Think about the shoulders, it'll make them respond better. When we're conscious with our exercise, it sends a better signal. 17, 18. Now take 2 more. 19. Now hands low. If you can, do up, slowly lower. Third set of double calves, 2. And we've gotten up each time. In weight, 3, 4, whoops. Try to slow it at the top, 5, like there's a little pause. 6, 7, whoop, good. 8, working those balance muscles too. 9, 10, lower that down, take those weights down. Good. And we're gonna let the fingers come to the rear. Open up the arms away from your hips and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. We're gonna take 1 heavier weight or 2 smaller weights to do an overhead tricep press. So you could have 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, or you could take 1 8, 1 9, 1 10. And I'll show you with a 10, for example. And it doesn't matter. You can do both hands with a smaller weight, or you could do one weight with both hands. Now, when our body is hands up, there is an easy tendency to get lordotic. So pull the ribs down a little. There's about a 30% contraction there. Relax your jaw. Good. And we'll do 10 more, or the best you can. Now, when you lengthen your elbows, they're not hyperextending. They're going soft, but long. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let those down. And then take an arm over the body and then let the other hand help. Now we're gonna add on a little wrist roll here 5 times. You got it. And 5 the other way. Now we're gonna take the other arm across, let the other hand help, 5 wrist rolls, and the other way. All right, one arm up and over. Little rotation. Go the other side. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now 2 smaller weights for an overhead press. The motion's going to look like this. So for example, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s. Going to go up with your exhale and then bend. The other option is that you just do fewer reps. Now you are having to stabilize with your core, and if it's too hard, take a lighter weight or sit down and do it, but probably a lighter weight. Exhale. Notice how you're decelerating with control. 6, knees soft. The arms are overhead again, and so we know that means that we have to use our abs to help pull the ribs down a little bit. Five more. 12, 13, good, neck soft. 14, take 1 more. 15, lower that down, good. And then grab a sip if you need it. I am going to mix this up with a balance / psoas / quad strengthener. So feet are about hip width. The first move is squat like we did. And I'm going to do the first one slow so we know. Now lift up, you have to shift your weight and lift up. Now you're at 90 degrees, you're going to come back down. And then you're going to shift your weight without kicking your hip out and come to 90 degrees and come back down. You got it. Inhale, going to speed it up just a little. But I really want our balance to work, so it's not going to be power. It's not going to be super fast. So just a little bit more now that we have the cues. 90 degrees, Now, when you're doing this, because we're using big muscles, we're using our arms too, heart rate might go up, but we are continuing to breathe. We're not holding our breath. Heel heavy and 90 degree. There's such an easy temptation to lean back if your psoas is not strong, or even if it's strong, but the body just looks for compensations. So be tall, let me tell you from the side, but without leaning back right here especially. So when you lift your leg, you're tall, you're not leaning back. All right, 4 more. 4, you see I'm pausing it though. We want the psoas to work. 3, 2, and you know we're also working the balance, and 1. You got it. Now we're going to go back to the weights. With our weights, we're going to take a lighter weight, somewhere between 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, but lighter in general, because it's going to be a long lever. Bend the knees. I'm going to turn to the side. Notice how my back is, quote, flat, not rounded. Open up the arms and then lower. So yeah, good, Karen, because then I can see y'all in different angles too, but then I want you to see me. So the thighs are strong, my back is flat. I'm not a Halloween cat, I'm more like a table. But that doesn't mean I have to be parallel to the floor. I just want a lift in the sit bones. The rear shoulder is working. Good, I like it. Good, Michelle, your back looks good. Your thighs are helping. You can feel there's some strength in your thighs. And you know, it's easy for the head to droop here, so you've got this energy that keeps your ear in line with the shoulder. All right, 5, and I know I like that little pause you're taking at the top. 4, so you're in control. 3, 2, 1, and then gently come back. Move those weights down and take a little sway. 5, arm sway, rotational sway. Okay, 2, inhale, and then 1. Now that's your backup move, but if you want to take just one more balance here, right foot in front of the left, tightrope, arms out. Try to rotate your whole body and your gaze all the way to one side. I think of a big lighthouse at the beach, all the way to the other. Don't worry, we are going to switch which way the feet are, but for now, stay on this side. Rotate right, go far, far, far. Rotate left, go far, far, far. Rotate right, breathing. Rotate left, knees long. Rotate front, hands down, switch it up. Left foot in front of the right, 3 full rotations. Tightrope, inner thighs, pelvic floor is now active. Rotate right, right, right. Center, whoa, should be easy, sis. Rotate. This one looks like it should be easy. Rotate. Go a little further than you think you can. Stand tall. 1 more each way. And lower. Perfect job. We're gonna meet on the floor with our foam roller to do some abs. I am going to move us. So I'll meet you on the floor with some abs. Man, that was fun what we did yesterday. Thank you guys for your emails. That was so sweet because I love feedback. So take the roller if you want it and lie back to where your roller is at the booty and at the head. So make sure you're comfy on there, and you're going to pull your right leg up and balance, and your left leg up and balance. Now keep going. When you do this, just notice your ribs. Are they on the roller? Good. Yeah, ponytail adjustment. Right leg, left leg. Now you can leave your feet down. Your fingertips go behind your head. Crunch up, 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 up. Now, can you take the right leg up while you crunch and lower? The left foot up while you crunch and lower. If not, just stick with what you were doing. Right, left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rest for a moment. If you want to be like an X, you can. Inhale. And then what we'll do is take a possible rotation, feet back on the floor, fingertips behind, and you're going to rotate right and rotate left. You're going to rotate right and rotate left. If you'd like to add on, lift the opposite knee. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take an X, like a big stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then you're going to slide off, and then see if you can take your booty underneath your roller. Pull one knee in, one knee in. Good. Lift up the legs. Now take right, left, forward. It's almost like you're a big pair. Yes, and then the left leg. It's like a big pair of scissors. And right. And left. Now see if you can feel a stretch in the hamstring that's higher in the air towards your shin, towards your nose. And lower the other leg so much that you feel the stretch in that front hip. Big stretch. Now, if you put your hands on your abs between your pubic bone and your navel, see if you can, they're working, I'm sure, they should be. Add your attention there, your conscious attention. Feel your belly pull in and not pooch, and they'll work a little bit more. So big scissors, and we're going to do a sniff, sniff, switch places. Sniff, sniff, switch places. Sniff, 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 sniff. Now we're going to take a bicycle ride, but I want you to imagine it's a very large bicycle so that you get a stretch with your lower psoas, a stretch with your top hamstring. Now your attention goes back to your big range of motion. It's like a circus bicycle. It's very large. Now your belly pulls in. Give it some attention. Pull the pubic bone up to your navel. And then breath. Now reverse it. Big, 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 big. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to take the legs up. And you're going to go into some circles. Now, if you're afraid you're going to lose your roller, put your hands on that roller. Go up and around. Now, what happens when you take your legs towards the floor? Abs. Good. There you go. Michelle, I know it's a weird angle. Let me turn a little. Your legs are together, and then they open up. And then they lower and they join at the bottom, maybe 40. Yeah, and then up. That's it. There you go. And I'm going to turn back. So I'll try to change my angle. That way you can see different ways. I didn't want to hit my pretty Japanese-inspired Asian screen, so I had to turn anyway. And I like to add on some points and flexes. We always like to do something for the feet because that's what our foundation is, and it's so easy to ask them to do so much, and we need to take care of them. So go the other way. Now when you lower, you're going to feel your abs here. Good. What's also happening is you've got some decompression happening at the low back. So your low back should feel good. Your roller is having you up. And 2. And 1. All right, now just the leg lower. Down and up. Now the legs are together. Down and up. You're only going down as much as you can. Make sure your low back doesn't get curved more than it is usually. So you've got this belly pulling in. Right there should be more abs. Inhale, but you want to also feel the stretch. When you come up, there's a hamstring stretch. And abs. And abs. All right, this one's for fun. You know, we do our neural patterns. So you ready? It goes scissor, scissor, circle. It's called helicopter. Scissor, scissor, circle. 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 And if it's just not working out, do the best you can. And now take the heels together and do frog. Knees are a little wide, heels are touching. Imagine frog legs, but if you want it harder, go a little further away from you. I'll say 60 degrees, 50. Yeah, you feel how the lower you get, the harder it is. All right, keep the heels pressing together as you do this, and you're going to feel pelvic floor, or you may not, but it's working, and your inner thighs are working. And 3, 2, now lift up the legs, hold a split. Let the bottom leg kind of drop towards the floor, and you're going to get a psoas stretch. Let this leg pull the toes back, and you're going to get a hamstring stretch. Hold 10. Yeah, feels so good. 9, 8, 7. We're stretching. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet on the floor. I'll have to adjust your roller a little, make it comfy, but there's a passive psoas stretch. If you want it harder, lengthen one leg. And when I say harder, I mean more stretchy. Take the other one up and the other one down. Hold. Either leave both knees bent or let both legs out. I like to move the roller a little closer to the crease where the hamstring meets the booty. Right there is a psoas stretch. 5. All right, slide those little feet up. Lift that little booty up and turn around. Notice how your back feels, and then gently hug it in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Terrific job, guys. All right, if you would like a sip, I'm going to take one. Help yourself. Good job. The abs, there's not really a difference between lower and abs and upper abs, but that does work the lower fibers of those abdominals, so I hope you felt that. And we're going to add on some swans to complement all that. Now the swan with the foam roller is the option, but if you don't have your foam roller, well, I think everybody has your foam roller, but you can always do this on the floor if you don't. One arm length and one arm long, go up. Okay, keep going. I am going to move the video back just a little bit so you have a better view of me, but keep going and belly in. Let me see if that helps. Maybe I'll tilt it down just the tiniest bit. Okay. I keep accidentally adjusting for the screen to get it in, but you need to see the form. So see if that looks good. I like everybody's view right now that I have. Shoulder blades look down. Yep, Karen, you're like me. We're on the cusp of being at the bottom of the screen, so really good. Thank you. All right, now you're doing great here. We tend to do so many forward tasks in day that what we've been doing over these last classes, year and a half, I think, is we've been adding more endurance with our extensors. So that's what these muscles were meant to do, is keep us up for long periods of time. That's what usually gets weak in people. So we are holding this now, endurance, for 10, 5, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to go up again. Hold it up. Now make sure your glutes aren't so tight that they're jamming your spine, but they're a little bit contracted, like a stabilizing, but not jamming. Okay, if you want to add on, left hand touches your left hamstring, then put it back. Right hand touches your right hamstring. Left hand touches your left hamstring. Right hand touches your right hamstring. Now, even though one arm's moving to the hamstring, the arm that's on the roller, its job is to stay down the back, to stay out of the ears. 4, 3, 2, both arms on, lift up. 5, 4, good. Betty, your posture muscles look great. 3, 2, lower. Take a breather. Child pose. I like to also put the arms on the foam roller with this child's pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really good. And while we're here, let's get rid of the roller for just a moment, and you're going to take a chest press, the weights. I was taking Michelle with this because this is the option I always give if you don't want to do push-ups. But you're going to lie on your back, and you're going to take a weight in each hand. It's going to be heavier, so anywhere from 3 to 12 pounds, let's say, per. The other thing is you can always do more reps, so don't worry if it's not the perfect weight, if you have a limited set of weights. We're going to lie on the back and take your hands up. Now the ends of the weights kiss at the top. Your ribs are touching the floor. And if any of the exercises don't serve you, and I'm not giving enough modifications or ways, just give me an email, give me a chat through the Zoom. But you can always do a stretch. There's usually, each of us has some areas that hold tension, like the figure 4 is a great stretch you can do anytime. So that way you're just using the time to do self-care, nurturing for your body and your mind, so that you know that there's always something. Exhale. Now as you do this, your exhale is helping you pull your belly in. The tendency, if you have too heavy a weight, is the ribs come way off the mat. All right, 3, bend, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna let that go. You could take a full body stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then can you grab a very small weight? An example would be a 1, 2, 3, 4 pound weight. And even if you have one of those wrist weights, that'll work. Let me show you. I'm going to take off this on the side, put your weight in your hand. I know I have a black shirt on and a purple shirt on and a black weight, but do you see what this is? External rotation? Yeah. Good. Now the elbow's glued, so you know these when we do these bands. 6, 7, 8. You might be able to do 5 more. This is not supposed to be a heavy weight at all. I mean, the highest you should probably have in your hand is 5. Take 2 more. Lower that. We're going to go to the other side. Elbow glute. You could do these, by the way, without a weight in your hand too, if you didn't have anything. Or a water bottle would be fine with the lid on. 1, 2. Nice job. Very good. And then we're going to go into another. Now, Betty, I think you did these earlier. Bye, Sarah. Have a good day. These are hugatries. And we were doing chest presses. It doesn't matter. Just take the other one, right? So take your heavier weights. And the hugatry is both sides of the weight kiss each other, and then you open and you exhale. Now your feet are on the floor. I like that because it keeps your ribs down easier. Good. And I like how you're not touching your hands to the floor. You're maybe touching the back of your upper arm, but you're not forcing your hands to go to the floor. You have a bit of a circle that you've made with your arms. Circle, circle, circle. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. And exhale. And exhale. And take 3 more. And take 2. And take 1. Good. And then let that go. Get those out of the way. I'm just getting them out of the way because we're going to do some foam rolling here. And I want you to have freedom. Where does the time go, guys? All right. Take your foam roller. Shall we roll out of IT? Take your, and it's basically the side of your leg between your hip and your knee, but you are not rolling out your knee. What you can also do is lean or rotate forward a little, and that'll get that part of the quad and maybe that TFL. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the other elbow down. The foot on top is acting as a way to decrease how intense that is. Catherine, I'm glad you can join live today. Yeah. I keep thinking she's going to have to leave to go any minute now, and you're still here. It's awesome. All right, roll side, maybe forward. I like to get that TFL. That's that front hip muscle. I don't like it. It's tight as dang it, but it's necessary. And keep the breath going. I find it's easy sometimes to short, shallow breathe here, and it's kind of like a neat challenge to keep the breath going. Even let it be fuller, so you're telling, and longer and calmer, so you're telling yourselves everything's okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right, no rest for the weary. Let's get those quads. I'm gonna tuck in my shirt a little and place those arms arms strong. All right, and what you can do is toe out and feel how that gets the middle inner quad. And then what you can do is toe in. Feel how that gets more outer. Bend the knees and straighten them. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now let's get that glute area sitting on the roller, ankle to thigh, and move across from sacrum to greater trochanter. I'm showing the hands back variation because it's just one to start with, but you can get the high part of the ilium. You could also change it up. So I want you to have permission and freedom to find what works for you. They are, for me, I feel like I need it all. So it's good to, for me, just move it around. And I don't always know where it's going to be tight. Like right there, I found a tighter spot in the back. But so it's kind of fun just to go through, scan it, not take anything for granted. See your muscle tension with fresh eyes, or see what's going on today with fresh eyes. There's a lot in there, a lot of different muscles too. So I'm going to take a sip actually, but you can change sides when you're ready. If you would like, take a sip. Balancing left side or the other side, and maybe just scan what's the back feel like towards the ilium, what's more of the hip feel like. Usually around the bones you'll feel something that needs to work. Yeah, good. And also, are you breathing? Come back. Just changing it up here. Mixing it up, breathing. All right, let's take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I must have to get this upper back. Take the foam roller horizontal to your upper back. Feet are almost like a bridge. Lift up the booty and then roll. Hands could be like a pillow behind your head. Great, Michelle. Great, Betty. That's it. Now you can do extension or flexion. You could do left or right. There's so much on the upper back to get. I'd rather you not roll your neck or roll your lowest rib, but anywhere in that upper back area is great. 5, 4, 3, 2, and just touch that shoulder a little bit. can take the other. Right around the armpit and the shoulder. Keep the breath going. Just that long, fluid breath. If you can, breathe in through the nostrils. And out through the nostrils. Back. Forward. Five. All right. And then we're going to do a rest on the roller, meaning you can put your head on one end and your sacrum on the other. And if you want to roll a little bit right and left here, that's a good massage on the sacrum, the upper back rhomboids, and the occipital muscle on the back of the skull, occipitalis. Otherwise, you can just let it be this fabulous release for the chest and shoulders. The feet could even touch and let the knees be wide. Breathe in through your nose. We're going to do 4 cycles of breathing. Inhale through the nose, long and slow as you can. And you'll exhale out of your nose as long and slow as you can on your own. Notice how you feel. And slowly begin to bring your body back into a seated position. And without any effort, go back into the nostril breathing, into the diaphragm. Just notice how your body feels strong, but without being rigid or tense. Let the breath go to those new areas we opened up in the ribs and the lungs. So you're embodying that essence of strong and flexible. And giving your body a sense of appreciation for all it did, the mind for getting us here, the breath for all it does, a sense of appreciation for the things that we sometimes forget to notice. And in that heightened sense of observation, notice how many other appreciations show up in your day. And may you notice all the beautiful appreciations we have within us and around us. Thank you so much. So glad you guys are here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Every time you guys email me feedback, I really appreciate it because I've got you on mute, so I don't get to hear it. So thank you so much for writing it. Thank you guys so much. I'm here to serve. Have a great day. Bye.